Hey guys, Chris Cook in Nashville here. Just got out of the shower and feeling good to be at home. It has been a long and stressful number of weeks, actually. The reason the health vlog is so late today is I was busy with work today, was not able to get that recorded, and so I had to come home and teach guitar and then try to take a moment for a little bit of self-care and, you know, take a shower and trim up the guitar playing nails and just, you know, shave, which I know doesn't look like I did, but I promise I did, at least the important underbelly parts there. Guys, it's just been super busy, and so I just had to get all of that stuff done and just take a minute to kind of get my life back in order here before I could sit down and record a vlog. So health update really quickly. My weight is the same this week as it was last week, 273.5. Now, I'm really excited about that, and I'll tell you why. Generally, we want to see that number go down. This week, though, I'm really happy that it's at the same place because over the weekend, we took a trip over to Gatlinburg. And if you haven't seen it yet, I did a review of Big Daddy's Pizzeria. They have a sausage crust that's meant for people on keto and carnivore diets. And we went there and I did a review video of it. It was fantastic, super, super cool. Definitely go check that out. We did a whole bunch of stuff. We were on the road and we went to Dollywood while we were there. You know, we had family. Both of my brothers-in-law that live here in Nashville with us were there. Tristan's girlfriend went with us, Jay, and Ash and I, and we took the dog, and we just had a little family vacation. It's the first time in several years we've done anything like that that hasn't been specifically work-related, and even then we still did work while we were there because that's just kind of what we do. Because we were on the road, number one, stress. But more importantly, number two, I am much less under control of what kinds of things I can eat and the options that I have when I'm not just in my kitchen with a grocery store down the road. I have to kind of make do, and I think I did really well. Like, we stopped at Buc-ee's, and there are some options at Buc-ee's that are fairly clean for, you know, someone on a carnivore diet. And we went to the Alamo Steakhouse, which I'm hoping in the future maybe do a review. Reach out to them, and next time we're over in Gatlinburg, see if they'll let us come in and film, because that's our favorite steakhouse to go to there. We did the Big Daddy's Pizza, you know, and I got the sausage crust, and at Dollywood I got one of the smoked turkey legs, which I don't know if they, you know, brine that in some kind of a solution, but overall seems like it was really clean. There's not like a bunch of spices or anything on that. It's just kind of a salty smoked turkey leg. It was really, really good. So, you know, stress of being away and just the food choices being somewhat limited and having to do the best you can on the road like that. You can still stay carnivore and stay mostly clean. You know, the stress, I came back with a little bit of just kind of retaining water, you know, a couple of pounds, and that flushed out and things are good, and I'm fine, I feel good. That was really, really cool. And that's why I'm so excited, because I didn't go on vacation for, you know, 3 or 4 days and gain 5 or 10 pounds that I'm now having to, like, day by day work to try to get back off, right? Like, came home, I do my thing, you know, I'm eating 1 meal a day still for the most part, and just that inflammation from, you know, just a little bit that I had from probably a few spices or something that maybe would bother me a little bit, but not terribly, and probably a little more dairy than I would want on a daily basis because of just like cream and coffee, because I don't have any way to like really blend up any butter or anything like that on the road like that. And I'm not at a point where I can drink coffee black. I'm already reducing the amount of coffee I'm drinking, making it taste like something that I'm not sure if I want, although I can train my taste buds to do that. Doing both of those simultaneously is not smart. You have to know yourself, and you have to know how to deal with your addictions and your issues, and that is one that would not work for me. So I'm just continuing to work that kind of stuff down. But I had a little bit more cream in my coffee probably than I normally would, and it just, a few things like that. But I didn't go off my diet. I didn't cheat on anything. I didn't, eat any veggies or any carbs or anything other than just, the trace amounts in some dairy or what might be in, maybe a few spices or something here and there. And I honestly did really great. So that's a huge win. Also, I came back, and although my weight is at the same right now as it was last week, clothes are fitting different. They feel a little bit looser. I'm gonna have to tighten my work belt again, which if you've watched previous vlogs, I've said that I've had to do that several times. I'm gonna have to do it again probably pretty soon. It's getting a little loose and getting ready to start sliding off of my hips again. So that's awesome. This is also all very exciting in the face of kind of what's been going on lately. So I haven't really talked a whole lot about my job on here, and I kind of tend to keep it that way because I sort of feel like work and the work stress and the work drama and all that stuff is not something you all need to deal with or hear about or be involved in, and I try to leave it at work and, not bring it home too awful much. But it is relevant to this conversation. And so at my job, there have been a lot of mistakes made for a very long time by people in authority. And because of that, they're in a position where they're struggling not only financially, but they're also struggling to have enough coverage for things that I do. I work security, and they're having a hard time having enough security staff to cover everything. And they keep coming up all of these overtime shifts that nobody wants to work. I certainly don't want to work. I work my 40 hours at my day job, and then between the YouTube stuff that I do here for you guys, and also which is editing and filming and testing recipes and social media, and there's just it is a massive amount of work that goes into doing these things. That runs me anywhere from 40 to 60 hours a week doing just that stuff. And then I also teach guitar, which is probably another 10 hours a week. And then I'm also a musician, and my wife and I, do the whole music thing together. So we're supposed to have band rehearsal, and I'm supposed to practice guitar. And, even to this day, you never should stop practicing as a musician like that, and writing songs and playing performances, and we go on tour and all this kind of stuff. So, on a light week, I'm working 80 hours, but, most weeks I'm working 100, maybe even up to 110 to 120, depending on how busy we are. And now my job, because of the issues that they have not fixed for a very, very long time, is talking about mandating overtime. And I honestly don't know where I'd put it. Unless I just don't sleep, I'm not entirely sure where that's going to go. So that's been stressful, as you can imagine. So we'll sort of see what ends up with that. I'm trying very, very hard to get out of that day job because, my passion for doing things here for you guys on YouTube, and for being a musician, and for teaching guitar and these kinds of things that I do, that's where my heart is these kinds of things, because I help people and I teach people and I help improve someone's life when I do those things. At least I hope I do. From the comments that I get here, and from what my students say, and from the reactions we get when we play live music and stuff, I think we improve people's lives, and I think that's a wonderful thing. That's where my heart is. The day job is simply a thing of surviving and paying the bills, because 2020 was very, very unkind to musicians, especially to us. And we have had to claw our way back. And we're doing all right. We're getting things under control and we're stabilizing, but it has been a very long and hard road. And I get comments every now and then invest in new spatulas, you should have better knives, these different kinds of comments. And I'm always like, are you gonna pay for that? Because it's taken everything I've got to get to where I am. And and I understand people there are trolls on the internet that just have opinions that they have no right to have, but there's a lot of stuff that goes into the decisions that we make and what we do and don't purchase. And you'll notice all of my new kitchen gear that is in my videos. It's pretty much things that companies have sent me to review, because I don't go out and buy kitchen gear, because I don't have just money floating around out there to do that. And I'm very blessed. I'm very thankful for what I have. But you know, my wife and I both work, and I do all of these other things on the side, and it takes everything we've got to do what we do. And that's okay. I don't in any way bemoan the fact that that is where we are. We have been a lot worse. After 2020, we were in a rough spot, and we've worked our way out of that, and the Lord has been good and blessed us. And you know, at the end of the day, I have my wife, and I have my puppy dog, and I have my family. And now I'm, you know, working on having my health, which is you know, a significant expenditure, especially because I now do the YouTube videos. This is also why when someone says my recipes are real expensive and egg white powder is real expensive and whatever, get out of here with all of that. Like, I know it's not cheap, but if I can do it, you know, you can do it. And you may not be in a position financially to be able to do that. That's fine. But usually the people that are complaining about it, it's not because they can't financially do it, it's because they just refuse to do it because they want to spend that money somewhere else. So, you know, whatever. The job and the stress of it and everything has just been really, really heavy lately, guys. It really has. I'm trying to stay positive and optimistic and just, you know, just focus on what's ahead. And most days I can do that pretty well, but there's occasionally days where that's really hard. And that's why, you know, like when you guys do something like I get like a super thanks, you know, like a couple of bucks super thanks, or people join the Patreon group, or they join the YouTube memberships, or they share my videos so that it, you know, helps not only boost the video into the algorithm, but it also generates a little bit of ad revenue because of all of the people that end up watching it. Like, guys, when I talk about how much I love you and how much you guys keep me going, I'm not kidding. I'm really, really not. Like, there's no way I'd be able to afford to continue doing this the way that I do if it weren't for people like you helping and just investing in this. And I love doing this. I have no desire to stop doing this. And the fact that you guys are so supportive and that you just help in any way that you can, whether that be to like and comment and share, or, you know, throw a buck or two my way, or join my Patreon group or my YouTube memberships and support me monthly, like, you know, whatever that is, like, all of that just goes right back into being able to be better at this. So when I say you guys are like a family and that you are keeping us going and you are supporting me in so many ways you don't even know, that's what I mean. And the stress of the job and them talking about mandating overtime and all this kind of thing, like, it's just been a lot to deal with, you know, and that's okay. I'm fine with handling that, but I'm talking about that because stress increases cortisol. Cortisol makes you hold weight or even gain weight. Combine that with the fact that I was out of town and maybe not eating as clean as possible as what I can do here most days, and it's truthfully fantastic that I'm the same weight this week as I was last week. So, and especially the fact that my clothes are fitting a little bit looser. So, I mean, non-scale victories, you know, all over the place there. Dr. Barry always talks in his live talks when you watch his stuff, you know, someone will be like, I've gone this many weeks and I haven't lost any weight. I've been doing keto, ketovore, carnivore, whatever. And, you know, I'm in my 50s or whatever. And he's like, but that means you didn't gain any weight, which for your age is what literally everyone else is doing. So that really means something, right? So it's keeping that perspective and understanding that. That's really important. So anyway, I don't really have much else for you guys this week. It's been fun to get out of town and relax just a little bit. We really needed it. And I'm hoping that, you know, this whole thing with my job and all that kind of stuff, I'm hoping it will work itself out, and or some opportunities with, you know, the YouTube thing and music that we're working on and, you know, we've been doing in the background. Hopefully some of that will take off and we'll be able to get, you know, more and more detached from the idea of those things and those day jobs, and be able to do this and the music and the things that we're really made to do and called to do to help people and to be what it is we are. And maybe we'll be able to sustain ourselves that way. So just holding out hope for that and praying for that and trying to stay positive, and we'll see where that all ends up. So anyway, that's just kind of what's going on. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to throw at the end of the video here some little clips and pictures and stuff from our our little travel time. I'm gonna do an actual vlog video where I talk about like eating on the road and some of the stuff that I ate while we were, you know, various places. But if you want to stick around and just see, you know, a few pictures and little clips of what we did and some of the fun we had, I'll throw that at the end of this video as well, and then do a more intentional vlog style video about our trip for you guys, just to kind of show you what we did. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. I love all of you, and the support that you give me, like, quite literally is the thing that keeps us going. So I just appreciate that, and I just want you all to know how much you really mean to us, because we can't do it without you. So thank you for watching. Y'all have a wonderful day and a great week. Eat your meat, love your life. This is Chris cooking Nashville, and I'm gonna see you guys in the kitchen for the next recipe.